laughing, guys. I'm laughing because this is the first solo podcast I've ever done. Jack has been demoted. No, I'm kidding. But we've had a change up once a week. I want to run you guys through some of the brands I've been finding. I've been doing a shitload of brand reviews on TikTok lately, and I have some very interesting stuff along with that bold retail prediction that I'm going to tell you guys in just a minute. I will have Jack with me, and episodes with Jack will be out every Thursday. So don't worry, he will be back. So let's dive right into this, guys. I have a really bold retail prediction, but I think it's 100% accurate. So what I think is going to happen is I think creators, I call them creators because I hate the word influencer, but you know what I mean? Like those fashion, we're talking fashion here. So those fashionistas, those fashion MFers, you know what I'm talking about. I think they are going to take over to another level. And I think they are going to be the death of department and retail stores as we know it. Now, look, a lot of people have been saying these sorts of things, but I want to break it down, what I mean. I've got some really heavy points to bring and raise to this table. So pretty much what I'm talking about here in Australia, we have like Myers, David Jones, there's TK Maxx. In America, it's TJ Maxx. I don't know why they're slightly different names, but I think all these stores are going to die. And here's why. I think TikTok Shop, which has just started in the US just last month, and it's also coming to Australia very soon, is going to take over. It's going to be a far superior retail experience that Gen Zers are going to flock towards. So currently in last year, 10% of all TikTok users purchased through TikTok. Now, this year in 2023, they're predicting about 35% of all TikTok users will check out and buy something off TikTok. So the number's growing rapidly, but this is the secret sauce. This is why TikTok Shop's going to take over. The reason is it's a far superior checkout and experiencing system. Now let me say that again. As you check out, let's just run through like a typical experience or a typical moment on TikTok. You're going to see something from a creator that, maybe you aspire to be like, or maybe you reason with, and they're going to be wearing a product. And in that moment, there's going to be a nice pretty button right there, and your details are already going to be loaded into TikTok. This is how TikTok Shop works. And within the click of a button, just like how you use Pay ID on your phone or Shop Pay, Apple Pay, sorry, that's the one I was looking for. It scans your face and bang, payment's done. So it's going to be about a 3 to 5 second process, which has never been seen before. That's absolutely rapid. And impulse purchases are going to go through the roof. If you see something that you like and in that moment you want to buy it, bang, like done, checkout, finished. Now, you might think I'm a little bit crazy and you might think this is years off. What the hell am I talking about? I actually saw this when I first went to China. So that was just 3 months ago when Jack and I and the crew went over to China, and we went to the Nike store. We went to the big Mecca Nike store in China there. It was huge, and I was shocked when I walked in. I saw one of the retail staff cropped up, positioned in the corner of the store with a tripod, a 6-foot tripod with an iPhone on it, and she was putting on hats, showing drink bottles, showing sneakers. She was hard selling to the camera because it's so big in China right now. And all of Asia, I'm sure this isn't like, go Google this. This isn't an opinion. This is a fact. TikTok in China, I know it's a different name. It's called like Buyong or something. It is massive, this, like huge. I think there was a viral James Harden video where he sold like 100,000 wines in under a minute on TikTok Live. It's all about the live videos in TikTok. All about the live TikTok videos in Asia. Absolutely huge. And I do think that trend's going to come here. I'm surprised it hasn't already, to be honest, because we heard about this in Vietnam a few years ago. So get ready for it. I'm starting to prep. I'm starting to figure out how we might, make best use of this. So I've spoken a bit about the checkout experience. I think it's far superior. I think it's far faster. I'm not walking into David Jones trying on crappy pants with crap music. I'm double clicking my phone and getting that exact pair of pants from my favorite creators. I can already see the convenience in it. But here's the other part. From a creator perspective, no longer will they take a lump sum fee, maybe a few $1,000s or something like that. They're now going to take a percentage of sales, and they'll be able to do that because every purchase will come through their video, or the ones that do, they'll be able to show, hey, Mr. Brand, that came through my audience. You can see everyone that checked out in my video, I want X percent. Now, I predict it's going to be quite high. I think it's going to be anywhere between 20, 30%, because brands aren't going to make these sales unless that guy or girl posts to their audience. It's direct sales through their means, meaning they have a lot of power to tell you what they want. And when other brands come to the party and everyone wants the biggest creators, they're going to be in the monopoly spot to be like, I want 50% sales. I want, drastic amounts. Hence, I'm rambling a little bit here, but stay with me. Hence why I think department stores are dead, because they also take a percentage of sales. And now brands are going to position their sales towards creators. That's who's going to take the cut. No, department stores aren't going to get a cut anymore. They're dead. I'm telling you, they're dead. The music sucks. The fragrance is too strong. It flows across to the clothing. I'm sick of that. So those are dead. Kiss those goodbye. Sadly, RIP, lots of nostalgia there. But creators are going to be the new department store. I mean that. Now, I do think there's problems. I do think there's issues. The one I can predict straight away is inventory for brands. If you're working with 10, 20, 50 creators, how do you split up your inventory across all these people? Do you have to cap it? Do you give them a certain amount of product? Do you let it sell unlimited and sell as much as you can through the creator? It's going to be an issue. Inventory issues are already rife with brands without selling through creators. So that's a serious issue. Lastly, I think creators are going to have to really pick and choose who they work with. We're never going to see such fierce competition between brands. If you're selling with Nike, Adidas, if a creator, sells with Nike, Adidas probably don't want to be positioned in the next video. So creators are going to have to get very loyal with who they partner with. I think we're going to see contracts, probably a bit like, elite sportsmen are going to be, sportswomen too, are going to be taking huge contracts. People probably lock themselves in for 6 months, a year with these brands, with big rollouts. So there's going to be this fascinating play where people are going to have to consciously say no, just like they're doing, elite sport. So I do predict that, and I think shit's going to get very interesting. Now, I've been posting a little bit too much on TikTok lately. I'm really fascinated by it. I think it's changing the whole landscape. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, how much it excites me. And I've learned one thing on TikTok. When you start on TikTok, the number one thing to not do is never hard sell. Do not post your product with the website link and go buy this. That is the worst thing you could do. What you need to be doing is what all the great creators are doing. It's selling a lifestyle. And Ethan Glenn, that runs the brand Every Other Thursday, is doing it to an absolute T. I made a video reviewing his brand recently, and he did cop all sorts of hate, criticism. People were losing it. That's just sort of TikTok in general. But people were saying, he sells Alibaba reps, his shit sucks. I disagree. I think the brand's pretty strong. Anyone that can sell a lifestyle like he does, if you haven't checked it out, jump on Ethan Glenn. That's his personal, or his brand's Every Other Thursday. He is literally this Emily Oberg of Sporty and Rich. In my mind, that's the female and male versions of each other. And, I don't need to give Emily any introduction into Emily Oberg and what she's done at Sporty and Rich. She also sells a wellness and health lifestyle like no other. Now, I have been rambling and I'm going to zip it. But what I want to leave you guys with is this. We have to look at the creators today. They're crushing it. Brands are now morphing into individual personalities. It's happening more and more. People like Emily Oberg are opening up their Soho and New York stores with green smoothies in the front window. A big fucking green smoothie. Why would they do that? Because they're selling a lifestyle. They're not trying to sell you products. They're trying to sell a lifestyle. That is the shift that we're seeing in this day and age. I think this shift is going to drastically increase with TikTok Shop. That's what I predict. And if I'm a brand right now listening to this, the number one thing I'm doing is making connections and forming genuine relationships with creators. Because if you do that now, I think it'll pay dividends when all this starts to heat up. You already got a hat in the ring, you already formed a friendship, and that'll go a long way into making sure you don't get left behind when the tough gets going. Guys, it's been kind of weird with my first episode. I don't even know who I'm talking to, But this will be out soon. Hopefully some of us enjoyed it. For those that don't, I don't know. Have a good night.